Wait, hold up. I want to know something. Are you chilling on a park bench right now? Are you sitting in the back of the bus, vibing out, possibly hanging from the tree, enjoying the view? Well, you're probably in the right place. This is not enough questions. If you end up liking what you hear, tell a friend or leave a review.
Welcome back, questionnaires. You know the voice. I am Julian, the host. My name today is Mr. Nobody. Today's another silly Saturday, and we have two returning Redliners and a brand new one. We got J.I., Scoxah.
Yep.
Yeah, and Astro. Great friends of mine. Happy to be here. You guys want to introduce yourself or anything? I'm letting the listening audience know. Jai is in a car. She might be moving. Her sound might be cutting in and out, so bear with us.
At least I got a functioning camera this time.
That is true. I'm not looking at you sideways or in the dark. I forgot all about that. So, with all that said, how was your guys, before we get into the main question, how was your guys' last 7-ish days?
Well, you know how most of the 7 days went.
This is true.
True. If you remember most of that, then tell me, because I don't remember.
Screaming. All our life we had to fight.
Okay. So, you were all right, since we all had the same roughly 7-ish days. The beginning of that is DreamCon 25. Yeah, that's the year.
Yeah, DreamCon 25.
Great time. I became 3 people sneaking into the main styling thing. Had to not sleep. I know Thursday or Monday missed a flight. Missed a flight.
Your entire day in an airport.
Yeah.
We did the same.
What?
Crying out for help.
Yeah, we actually ended up spending a night in a hotel.
What?
In Dallas, because we didn't get on the last flight from Dallas to Raleigh.
Oh,
how'd that happen?
Yeah, I forgot.
Because we were flying standby.
You didn't see it.
Yeah,
I forgot you didn't see it. I saw their locations not leave until the next day. I was like, dang, they must have missed it.
Oh, the pain.
We would have got on the flight from Dallas to Raleigh, but our flight from Austin, were we in Austin or Houston?
Houston.
From Houston to Dallas, we didn't get into Dallas until 10 minutes after the doors closed on the flight from Dallas to Raleigh. So we missed that.
Got you. So we were all just having plane issues. Did they give you the hotel, or did you have to pay for a hotel?
We paid for one.
Well, we didn't pay. My mama's got the Hilton points on lock.
Yeah,
got you.
I'm a fuzzy.
That sounds like my mama.
Shout out to moms. Yeah, no, that I had to pay basically $500 for the you guys know for just to get back home on the same day. What I didn't mention was I actually had a dentist appointment the very same next day. If I stayed with Frontier, I would have got in at 10:15. My dentist appointment 11 a.m.
Cooked.
You weren't making that
at all.
Oh no, I'm like, they asked me, do you want to confirm your appointment? I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, am I gonna make it? I already rescheduled this before. I'm gonna make it, and because of that, I bought another flight. Didn't get in until 1:00 that morning, but I was still beats 24 hours.
That is true.
All right. Hopefully, I remember to put in my headphones, so maybe there's not an echo, or this whole thing was just been echoing this whole entire time. I'll find out later.
Devastation.
All types of devastation.
There's always something when I come in.
Always something, but I'm getting better at remembering to put my earbuds in. I'll also say that I actually had a podcast brunch meeting earlier today, and there might be a news. Can't say too much about that because nothing's official, but be on the lookout for that. But with that said, if I can hear, the main question of the day. Could you be a hero?
Absolutely not.
No, not at all.
I was a villain.
An anti-hero
Okay.
at best.
Listen,
I'm
I'm not a
throwing folks
villain.
into the sun.
So I'm not a villain or a hero.
Mm-hmm.
But I for sure damn can't be a hero because I'm not. I'm just not going out my way.
Saving a soul.
Not a damn one.
First of all, y'all not even gonna know I got powers.
Yeah, because then I got to fight the government because they going to be wanting to do extra stuff. That's a lot.
And then I'm gonna have to move because then they gonna keep coming after me, and then I'm gonna have to
it's
fight
too much
them.
work.
The most
No.
I can do for y'all is nuke student loans. After that, you not
Yeah.
seeing or hearing from me for shit.
But that's also for me too, because I'm not
Exactly.
I was about to say, and the only reason I'm nuking them is to get rid of my own. Y'all are just like,
Y'all are collateral at best.
like y'all
Matter
are
of
just
fact,
lucky
listen.
that because of mine, yours is disappearing.
Listen, we gonna get rid of student loans and we gonna get rid of health insurance, like having to pay for medical bills and all that shit. We getting rid of that. Big farm, we getting rid of that shit.
And then after that, you piss me off. I'm tossing your car into the sun.
Oh no! So I think I'm the only one out of the four of us who I could be a hero. But I'm with Scoxah. Depending on what type of power I have or the ability that I possess, you probably aren't gonna know for real. I'm not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Now we know good and damn well your ass gonna end up being a speedster.
Yeah,
More than likely.
either that or you gonna have some sort of sneak ability.
Yeah, I can easily see myself phasing into the shadows.
But with that being said, though, I could be a hero if they pay me to be a hero.
But they not. So
Is that a
again,
hero
we're
at
back
that
to
point?
square
That sounds
one.
more like a job.
It's giving
Listen.
commission, and I don't want to do that.
I could be a mercenary.
And
I
then
could.
see, I better not hear nothing if I try to save everyone. And unfortunately, a small town gets a building dropped on them because I had other things to do.
Yeah.
Like, you should have evacuated them. It's not my fault.
I told y'all to evacuate. Y'all didn't want to listen.
You saw us going that way. That's your own fault.
But I do think I can be a hero, just off of morals. But I'm trying not to save the whole planet. That would be above my pay grade.
The moment I got powers is the moment I lost morals.
You barely had any to begin with. Please.
I don't go around tossing niggas into the sun yet. But I'm just saying, if I had super strength and the sun is right there.
Names on the list.
If you start fussing at me through this phone while I'm trying to help you and do my little customer service thing, if I find your grandma and she ends up in outer space, this is not my fault. You should have watched your tone.
First off, I got powers. I'm not working a job. I'm not.
See, but how am I supposed to hide the powers and then I ain't got a job? They gonna wonder some things. Certain things are gonna have to continue, or else it's gonna make it real.
You already
obvious.
said you was gonna be a villain, though. So like,
I'm like, we
just
not
cut me
just
a part of that
robbing.
check and we
but
good.
if you're thinking villainy like the Joker, where he's unnecessarily going out and starting shit, I'm just saying I'm gonna be a villain. Like, if you cut me off and then got the nerve to think you about to get out this car, you and your shit is going into orbit.
See, all we really got to do is like, if you stage something like a bank robbery and whatnot, I'll stage me stopping you.
Not stage.
We'll cut a little bit of
Everybody
check on the
gets their
background.
And we
You
just,
know,
That's exactly.
we just
I'm
do
just
some
a
heist.
little off the top, and I'll act like I lost you.
I'm calling this village an
Yeah,
origin
you know.
story.
Like, I got most of the
top, and I ain't
bags.
see nothing. I was in Cancun when you did this.
I got most of the bags, but I didn't get all the bags.
He
I
managed
don't
to
know.
toss one.
Okay.
Or I let you get away, launder the money first, because the bank is gonna know which bills are missing. Launder the money first, and then if I don't get 6 bags off the top, pulling you in prison.
Yo.
You're going through that joke like Hancock.
Now, see.
Oh my wow.
Mr. Nobody. Are we calling Mr. Nobody or actual name?
You can call it either or.
Okay. So, Julian, see, here's where it comes in because now I'm going to have to look at you and be like, see, morally, you want to be a hero. But if you got a sneak ability, we got bills to pay, and these bills ain't moral. So
I'm gonna need you to just phase through the safe real quick and just take some bills and phase back out. You don't gotta take everything.
While we over here fighting John making a scene, you just phase into it, get the money, phase out. They
I
never
don't even
know.
have to make a scene. I'm just going to shake your hand and pull you real close and tell you that if everything in that safe not in a bag in the next 5 minutes. Now, you can do one of two things. You want me to let go of your hand? Because I can hear things crushing. Do you hear things crushing?
See, the other thing is, I feel like John not even gonna get super strength. I feel like John's gonna get some kind of mind ability.
Correction.
And she just don't have
asked
niggas.
This question in the car at DreamCon.
Yo.
You can only get the power that you can name. And what did I name? All or
what?
You're right. You're right.
I got anything
I don't remember what I said. I really don't remember what I said.
You said Bankai, I think.
You did say Bankai.
I said Toon Force.
Because I said Limitless, and I'll see y'all later, because I'm not...
And then Sean
said
what I said dumbest thing possible and went plot armor.
And then I said power of friendship.
And I said the only thing
so we're going to get this money with the power of friendship.
The power of love. You know, the only thing possibly stronger than everybody else, the power of love.
Nah, see, I think I also said Super Saiyan somewhere in there too. So
you did.
Yeah, no, we just started listing stuff at that point.
I could name a lot of them.
But then I was perfectly fine sticking with mine because all of that you named is still for one. It didn't even matter. Name as much as you feel like.
Hey, listen. Let me just go ahead and get that ultimate healing factor, and then add on the antimonium.
You're insane. But this did spark a completely different question that I didn't have written down or anything. How do you guys feel about what is it, the trope or anything? The kids not telling their parents that they have powers. Is that you?
No, 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
You're telling your parents?
No, absolutely not.
What?
Not at all.
I can't even trust my parents to not tell everybody on the block about little shit. Now you want to throw in, I got superpowers? The government going to be knocking on my door within the next hour because somebody posted shit on Facebook.
I can tell my mom because I have to tell her that she can tell things. Got a new car and no one on the block knew. And I'm like, I don't care if you tell them it's a car. I'm not holding government secrets.
See, my thing is like, I can tell my pops and he'll be like, all right, cool, I got you. I ain't telling nobody else because it's going up on social media, Facebook, and especially if my grandma get to know, then it's not. I'm not going to hear them.
No. If my grandma knows, the government already has me locked up.
Yeah.
My grandma finds out. Everyone's finding out.
I could maybe tell my mama. My grandma.
You're not telling your grandma.
A little iffy.
And you're not telling your aunt or uncle either.
Absolutely not. But the thing with my grandma is she's too nosy. So even if I just tell my mom, she's gonna figure out either way.
For me, I'm telling my parents and my nuclear family only because I think it's always so idiotic. Well, not idiotic, but it makes no sense. I'm not telling you to protect you, but when the villain finds out my identity, and they're going to find out at some point, now you're looking stupid and you're not protected. Now, see, here comes back to the question of could you be a hero? And I said no, because I'm not keeping people alive.
No witnesses.
They can't come for my people if they can't breathe.
I forgot I'm dealing with villains. I forgot I'm dealing with villains.
I've already stepped on his throat and threatened his life.
I'm the only maybe hero here. I forgot about that. So as the hero in the room, I'm like, I'm telling my parents because I'm like, I need you to at least be prepared to deal with something, just a little bit.
Now, so here's the other thing, because we can strike a deal. You might be the hero. You might need some protection. You know, I ain't out here doing villainy out of the blue.
Yeah.
If somebody coming for your people, just let me know. I'll take care of them.
Because I can find their kids.
I'm not Batman. Ain't nobody
I'm not above
rehabilitating
children.
around me.
I'm only above children because I'm not above the law.
Listen, this is why I work with animals, because I don't like people.
You ever seen an orca, Machi? Orcas don't care about children.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw you to the orcas.
Orcas don't care about nobody, to be
Exactly.
fair.
Black Air Force energy the whole time.
Listen, there is a group of orcas that is responsible for murking about 200 great whites.
Yeah.
For fun.
Plus.
For shits and giggles. Crazy work.
For a little tee.
Which is unironically funny because they also ops with whales.
Everything. They're ops with everything.
But mostly humpback whales. But whales' biggest op is great whites. So them killing the great whites off is kind of helping the whales population go back up. And now the whales are sitting there looking like, all right, cool. We gonna fuck y'all up when we get there.
There are ops with everything. If it breathes underwater, it's an op.
If it don't breathe underwater, it's an op.
I mean, they don't really bother humans too much.
I've seen them jump out for a seagull.
I've seen them hit a seagull with a damn fish.
They were
hit
going
that
for
bitch
the
out the water.
They were going for the seagull though. The human just was in the way. They told this bitch ass to move. They definitely warn you to move the fuck out the way first.
Matter of fact, just go ahead and give me Beast Boy power so I can just turn into a orca and fuck your shit up.
Sweet Jesus.
I'm going for all the yachts. And actually, no, they did go for humans because they fucked up somebody's yacht.
That's because the yacht wouldn't stop making noise. They tell you to turn the engine off. That's your own fault. Like I said, Black Air Force energy.
Wow. I'm dying.
Yeah, that's gonna be me as a villain.
The villain ain't gonna be the orca, and they're gonna ask why, and she's gonna be like, "Because I don't give a fuck."
I have two questions of the backup questions. We can keep it still silly and fictional, or do you want to make it more realistic? How you guys feeling? How you guys?
So you're still Russian rouletting.
Whatever way it goes, don't matter to me.
All right. Let's keep it fictional for right now. So I'll censor on the heroes and everything. What fictional weapon would you want?
What's that bow one of them Greek gods have that just spawns arrows?
What? Oh,
talking about Artemis's bow?
Yeah, one of them got a bow that just spawns fucking arrows for no reason.
Is it Artemis or Odysseus or both?
It's a dude.
Well,
I think it's a dude that comes with the bow.
It's Odysseus. Odysseus has a bow in Greek. Artemis is what? No, Artemis is Greek.
They're
too.
both Greek.
Yeah.
I don't know. Odysseus is the dude.
One of them has a bow blessed by a god that just spawns.
He probably has a bow blessed by Artemis. Because she's kind of the hunter's god. So
true. What about you, Astro?
See, the thing that immediately came to mind was the Death Note. But then that comes with but then that also comes with stipulations, because doesn't that mean I gotta deal with the Shinigami?
Yeah,
and I don't want to do that.
So your final answer?
Actually, no. You know what? I lied. Give me. Well, no. Does Meliodas' sword able to do that because it's the sword, or because he has full counter?
Full counter is his ability.
Yeah, that's his ability. The sword is just the sword.
Is just so he can style on the
magic.
It's a chunk of metal,
which is crazy work, actually.
I thought it has some powers to it.
No, it's a chunk of metal. Technically, we haven't really seen his sword. Well, first season we didn't see his sword, but like
we're not gonna talk about the rest of them because they started getting rid of useful niggas just because they were too damn strong. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Yes, they got rid of Yo nigga because he was too damn strong.
They just dojoed his ass because
he made a son.
I mean, there's two people
that's
that
why
could
he had
fold
to
him,
go.
but they were on his side. So like, there's two people that could fold him, but that they were on his side. Like, he wasn't fighting Bond or Meliodas.
Escanor was one. Who was the other one?
Bane.
Bond, Meliodas, and Escanor. Those are the three strongest.
That's also because Bond's ability was on bullshit.
I was about to say he had plot armor. He's not that.
The definition of plot armor.
Okay. Bond's abilities were just a still strength. But he was also immortal.
Exactly.
I was like, if we talking about just folding niggas.
No, I think Bond still got the W over Escanor. Only because he steals physical abilities.
That he can steal his heart.
I mean that too, but like
we just gotta wait till I know. that nigga had testaments running.
Didn't Bond have testaments running?
No, he just pissed the one off.
Yeah, he just pissed that one testament off.
Yeah. Because they were like, what do you mean you always tell the truth? And that nigga was like, well, I don't really have a reason to lie. So
also, after you survived whatever the amount in purgatory, after you became mortal, you really couldn't do anything to him
I mean, like, do you have to lie if can't nobody fold you?
Exactly.
If a lot of niggas can't fold you, I wouldn't have to lie either.
Exactly. Speaking of which, Astro, did you say your weapon?
Yeah, you gotta switch back now.
I can't think of anything else other than the damn Death Note.
Take Excalibur.
So say you could have said Excalibur.
Wait, which version of Excalibur?
Which version you want?
Because
are you gonna do Fate?
I'm like, what is the sword, or we go with Fate, and it's the actual fucking person.
Whichever one are you trying to use?
I just said weapon.
Well, I guess we got to go with the sword because technically the sword is the only weapon.
Do you count summons as weapons?
What's a summon?
Actually, that's a good ass question.
Like if you could summon somebody to fight for you.
You're not summoning Big Raga to Oxford. You're not doing that. I feel like that's what we're doing. Big Raga don't count.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna need the weapon to be something you can physically hold in your hand.
Damn.
Are we proficient with that weapon when we touch it?
My man said roses are red. Weapons against me roses red. With this sacred summon, I do. Oh,
because you knew immediately that's what I was going for.
I was like, wrong answer.
But Julian, are we proficient with the weapon? No.
I will say you get proficiency of whatever weapon you get to choose.
Astro,
why?
If you don't pick that goddamn ribbon sword from Demon Slayer.
The ribbon sword.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. You're funny. You're so funny.
I got my weapon.
What's your weapon?
My weapon? Easy. If I'm proficient with it, give me them blades of chaos.
Blades of chaos. What is that from?
God of War.
God of War.
Do it absolutely too much.
Easy enough. Blades of chaos. That's all I want.
Look, I knew my weapon off jump once I said the question, and I'm getting the Omnitrix.
Damn.
That's a good.
You know what? Fair.
Because you can physically touch it.
Heard.
That is my weapon of choice, the Omnitrix. No one's touching me with that.
Yeah.
You rained on my parade, but you didn't give me a weapon, Miss Ma'am.
Listen, I was going back to the Death Note. You listen. You ignore the rest of them. You just gonna have to ignore that nigga.
Listen, technically, if her power is all for one, she just got immortality somewhere in there. She can just keep using the Death Note with no consequences.
Yeah, Josh just straight up cheating. So
listen,
also,
kindergarten me has had this power for a minute now. We haven't changed.
That. Yeah, but no. I'm getting the Omnitrix. If anyone wants to fight me, go ahead. I have 10,000 plus aliens.
I think I'll run it. If I get the powers of a Saiyan, like I said I want it, and I got the Blaze of Chaos, I'll run it.
Please.
Now
you got Broly swinging the Blaze of Chaos.
I can take Broly. So on this Omnitrix question, I've heard that the phrase Ben 10 can solo fiction. Like, no matter who you throw at him, he's coming out at top.
A lot of people say that because all he
Alien
has to do
X.
is get the DNA, or he just has to get the DNA of the person in the watch, and then he can have their abilities. So, like,
And
if he got Saiyan DNA, he can transform into a Saiyan.
Okay, that was my immediate follow-up because I was like, wait.
Yeah, same.
But see, here's the thing, though. Ben has to learn how to use it.
Yeah.
And Saiyans start off at base level,
arrow,
no
if
Super
I don't
Saiyan.
just shoot him in the fucking neck.
That too.
Like, I got the proficiency of a weapon of a god. Like, right?
You really just gotta catch him slacking when he's not in the alien form.
I'm just waiting till he's at Walmart.
If Jai is using the Death Note, all she gotta do is write Ben 10 Tennyson.
Yeah.
Death Note was Astro's.
Either way, the statement still stands. If I put that nigga in the book, it's done.
My thing.
How does that work? How is it like immediate, or is this something like chasing?
You can make it.
Like
I say you can. I think if I remember, you can like.
So
choose how they die.
The rule of the Death Note is you write a person's full legal name, and then you write how they die, how you want them to die, and the time frame of how you want them to die. But if you just write their full legal name, they'll die of like a heart attack in within like I think 3 minutes.
Something like that.
Interesting.
So I can write Ben 10 Tennyson hit by truck. 2 seconds.
Hitting him with Truck Coon is crazy. Truck Coon is crazy.
Look, I haven't seen Death Note, but so you all made a valid point of time wise. But
everybody's shit can hit him from a distance.
Except for mine, but also like, I'm just saying, if you don't kill me, I'm gonna come back stronger.
Like
and you're a hero, so you're not gonna kill me. I'm just gonna come back stronger.
Yeah, that's the downfall of most heroes. Comic book version of some heroes is willing to fold niggas. So
actually, you know what? You know what? That brings point. My weapon is sensu beans.
Yeah, that would make perfect sense.
Sensu beans.
Sensu beans. What is that?
It's the beans in Dragon Ball. It immediately heals you to 100%. And if I have Saiyan DNA,
it's bring you back from death. That's it.
So if I have Saiyan DNA and I get fucked up, I'm just gonna pop one of those and get stronger immediately. That is my weapon. Cheat code. A bag of holding sensu beans.
They don't run out. They just like
bag of holding is diabolical.
Oh, if I have a bag of holding,
I just heard what you said. I heard what you said.
And then I have sensu beans. See, now I'm thinking about powers, and now I can be like, if I don't want to do Saiyan ability, I can just do D&D. Dungeons.
I did say fiction. I did say fictional weapon. It didn't have to be from a show. It didn't have. It's whatever fictional weapon that
you're doing a lot card. You're doing a lot card.
In that case, I want the Mace of Tiamat.
A mace of what is that?
You're a whole head ass for that.
So Tiamat is the mother of all dragons in D&D, and is also, if you see this thing, it is a world-ending event.
If I see it,
if it is on the world, it is a world-ending event.
A Ragnarok, got it.
Worse.
Understood.
It's basically Armageddon. But the Mace of Tiamat is basically a mace with all the powers of Tiamat in it.
Like I said before, surrounded by villains. Got it.
Absolute headassery.
Surrounded
I'm
by
not
villains.
a villain. I just,
villains with absolutely no moral compass once they get powers. Nope.
All right. Going. I'm gonna give you the real world question now, just to see what you guys say. Oh, yeah, should children be shielded from the world?
Hell no.
To die as adults, sure.
Wait. Wait.
John? I got you. I said hell no. Astro said no. And Jai said if you want them to die immediately.
break down your answers one at a time. Let's start off with Jai.
Why would you want, like, hang on, let me first ask this. Shield them from the world, like we talking like just the internet and sexual stuff, or we talking like keep them in the house? Those type of parents.
Both. So you can separate it. But
I feel like the internet and the sexual stuff, no, I feel like you should introduce it slowly. Maybe not all at once. That's a lot for a kid, but like introduce it slowly in stages. Hey, we'll just start off with a little bit of internet. You get YouTube. Okay, you're a little bit older. We may be able to move from YouTube to you. You can full on use just Google now, maybe with a little parental control, so you're not seeing the black and orange.
I can't see that now because
And
government
just
made it
slowly build up, because a lot of people don't know how to act on the internet because their parents were one of those parents where like, oh, you're not getting a phone until you're 21. And now that they've gotten the internet, like this has been a known thing for a lot of people. The people with the super strict parents that couldn't do anything, and then they get into college, and you could tell they had the super strict parents because now they don't know how to act. So I feel like if you just build upon it, as far as the sexual stuff, you could just start out with what body parts are actually named instead of giving them goofy little nicknames. Like, yeah, you can still use the goofy nicknames that everybody else, knows for certain body parts, but just start off with this is what it's actually called by textbook definition.
okay.
This way you can protect yourself, because a kid coming up to me and saying, that person saw a banana, I don't know what the fuck that means. But if he used a textbook, if the little boy told me that person touched and then I don't know how, explicit the podcast could get, but we all know what the appendage is called, I'd be like, and now he has to go to jail. But if he tells me banana and says he looked at my banana.
Did you have a banana for lunch?
Exactly. Like, there are so many things. Like, did he have a banana? Did the kid next to you have a banana? Like, just start off slow. Okay, now you're a little bit older. Okay, let's be honest. Kids, when they start going through puberty, start to feel things for other kids. Acting like they don't is stupid and does nothing but end up with teen parents. Just explain to them what happens.
Nah, I like that.
Explain the consequences of what happens, because trying to hide it from them is why a lot of them have tinier versions of themselves now. My mother has never shielded me from that. She explained it in age-appropriate manners depending on the age I was at, and now I'm perfectly fine. I did not go around trying to sleep with everything that moved. I don't know why people believe that if you explain certain sexual things to children, now all of a sudden they want to touch everything. No. If your kid ends up doing that, understand they were probably going to do that anyway. That's just your kid. Your kid is weird.
Got a freaky frog.
Your kid's just a freaky frog. That's just your kid. But explaining it to them, like, I don't understand the point of hiding it from them. Now, the people that want to keep their kids in a bubble, like I already touched on that, we've all gone to, we all went to the same school. We've seen the kids that you could tell their parents don't even let them have ice cream as dessert, acting a fool, like they have no home training, like all of that strict stuff that their parents was doing flew out the window the moment they dropped them off on drop-off day. There's no point of shielding them. They're eventually going to leave your house, unless they plan on living with you till death do y'all part. They're eventually going to leave the house. They're going to discover things. The things my mother did try to shield me from did not matter. She was like, you can't watch Family Guy. You want to know when PSPs came out, what I was watching during lunch? Family Guy anyway. So it doesn't matter. Like, introduce it to them slowly. Explain if there is something that you ain't too hot about. Explain why you ain't too hot about it. The chances are they still might end up watching it, because I sure did. You didn't like Family Guy? I thought Stewie was hilarious. Like, there are just ways you can introduce things without making it, like, weird.
Very, very true. Scoxah, I know you were trying to say something.
So in general, like, pretty much what Josh said, but like, to make an analogy, kids with strict parents who shield them from everything is like Rock Lee fighting Gara with the weights on. They gonna get their ass beat. And then when they get out of the house, they're gonna take the weights off and they're gonna act like a fool and not regulate their shit. So really, it's like I don't think kids should have access to everything, but they should be educated on it at an appropriate stage.
Mm.
For me, I didn't really have too many restrictions. I had some, but like not too many. I watched Family Guy. I watched anime. I watched all the Robot Chicken, which I probably shouldn't have been watching, but I watched it. But at the same time, I was also taught these things that you see on TV would get you messed up in real life. Don't do those. These things that you hear about and whatnot, they can be taken different ways. So like being taught about it is different from shielding them from it. And I feel like more people need to be taught so they know how to act when they get out.
Mm.
And like Josh said, we all went to A&T. We all seen it.
Yeah.
Seen it.
Astro?
Like, I'm done.
I pretty much agree with the other two. Like, you shielding your kid is not going to prevent them from eventually finding out about this stuff later on. And 9 times out of 10, when they do find out about it, they're socially inept. They don't have any discernment. So then they end up getting themselves into situations that they have no business being in. And just end up putting themselves in a lot of harm's way that could have just been avoided had you just sat down and had those conversations with your kid. And I also feel like the other part of it is it kind of falls back into lazy parenting. Like, you would rather just shield your kid from X, Y, and Z than just be the adult and just sit down and have the conversation with them. Because if you're not having that conversation with them, they're gonna find out about it from somebody else, and that person may not necessarily have good intentions anyway.
Yeah, very, very true. I'm gonna pick off all your points because definitely I definitely think it should be certain things should be phased into a child's life because just like Astro was saying, someone is gonna teach them something. And it might as well be you. It might as well be the parent. That way you kind of tell them the right thing. And going off of Scoxah's point, that I feel like my parents didn't shield me per se, but I also feel like I had to learn a lot of things on my own. So because of that, TV was a good source for me to learn things, and that's kind of how I have, at least part of why I credit having such a high moral slightly high moral compass of what to and what not to do. Yeah, that's my thought as of right now. But I don't have any other I haven't thought of any other questions as of right now that pertains to the topic of being heroes. Oh, actually, I'm lying to myself. Like, I don't have something that I can read off of. But could you date a hero? Date hero / villain?
A hero, no. A villain, yes.
Oh, hang on. It would depend. Said it depends on which genre of villain, because DC Marvel villains, nah, not really.
DC Marvel villain, no. Okay. DC or Marvel? No. Like both of them? No.
No, I'm not. No, they get real one-track minded and then it's gone.
Okay.
Like at that point you date yourself.
Shout out Harley Quinn.
Please, free my girl.
I promise you, I chuckle every time I see a couple go near the Joker to my Harley, and I was like, so he beats you, and I need to call the police.
Blink twice if you need help.
Exactly.
Never once made that connection, but that is actually spot on for me.
Like, all right, I need to start calling the authorities. That's all you had to say, sis.
Great code. Astro, what about you?
Like I said, I could probably put up with dating a villain. I couldn't date a hero because there are too many instances where their SOs just end up dying in the dumbest ways fucking possible.
Gwen Stacy.
Because you weren't on your P's and Q's. At least if I know I get kidnapped or God forbid some shit happens to me, if I'm dating a villain, I know they're gonna get the get back on my behalf.
Only his mama, everybody in danger.
Astro, you good? You said you're a big one?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm just gonna straight up say I'm not dating a hero. I'm not dating a righteous attitude. That always has to be right. Unless it's like Peter Parker or something, because that nigga's funny. But I'm not dating a villain either, because like I ain't got time for your world domination shit, nigga. I'm just trying to get a sandwich at the store.
Says the villain.
I already said I'm not a villain. I'm an in between.
Depends on the genre.
Okay.
Because like the other thing is like, you want me to date somebody that's gonna be in jail half their life? I'm not doing that. But like if it was Catwoman, I'm gonna do it.
I can date the K drama, C drama, like the Asian drama villains. Plot armor is the only reason why the heroes win. Let's be honest. I've watched those. Plot armor is the only reason why those heroes win. The villain is so much stronger, but of course you can't let the romantic interest die. So.
Also, the minute that somebody tries to kill me, and you look at them and go, well, I can't kill you because that would make me just as bad as you. Okay, well, now they're just going to kill us both. So now what? Where do we go from here?
That is so dumb.
Listen.
Hell.
Listen, that's why I said Peter Parker, because when shit got bad for him, he put the black suit on and said, I'm not Spider-Man, I'm Peter. And then to that note, I would say, if I had to choose one, it's going to be a villain, because whereas the hero will try to save me and get revenge, maybe by putting the guy in jail, the villain, if some shit happened to me, they destroying the world. They saying, fuck it.
For me, you made a valid point of with the villain being in jail all the time.
You're a hero. If you pick anybody else, you're a captain.
Very true.
How you gonna look at your girl and be like, see you at dinner after I put you in prison?
Oh no, she might like that.
Giving very much Batman and Catwoman for real.
No, but with the hero thing, I'm hearing what you all had to say. I'm like, as a hero, if I had powers, sure, maybe. As my regular real life self, nah. I'm not. I want the person there. That's the issue that I have right now. I'm like, yeah, it's like that's basically dating a long distance. I don't need it. I don't want it in my life. Give me a regular civilian with regular problems, and that will do for me, because I don't. What was it? Invincible or Spider-Man? I don't need you to like, oh, let's meet up here. Oh, I couldn't because I needed to stop the bank robbery or stop Galactus from blowing up the planet. Call me selfish.
Now, see, the other thing is though, like, now if the hero often gets like, gifts and monetary value and whatnot, like, gives him city key or gives him special privileges where he can bring stuff or she can bring stuff back, I maybe can do that, because while you out saving the world doing something, you got plot armor too, so I know you ain't gonna die. And you bringing stuff home to me,
no,
then that's good. But like if I'm gonna have to live in like a dingy apartment and you got powers, I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
he basically said you're a vampire for 400 years and we still ain't got no dough.
AC still broke, leaking the ceiling.
That is fair, but no, John made an excellent point. There is no plot armor in real life. We don't get that.
Which is also why I lean more towards villain.
I was like, so in other words, your hero absolutely has the chance of getting gunned down.
Immediately.
All the time.
Not that the villain doesn't, but the villain is definitely gonna shoot back.
They be trying to do that to Peter, and that nigga is actually the hero, and the cops still trying to fucking arrest his ass or shoot him.
I blame JJ.
Well, the reason you can't shoot Peter Parker is because he got spider sense.
That too.
He gonna see it coming.
Yeah, but what if he can't come with that? The rest of the heroes is kind of just in danger.
That's why I fucks with the X-Men, because them niggas safe. Ain't one of them gonna be out the ass.
You have to truly catch the black.
True. But I don't want to take up all you guys' time. This is one. Definitely appreciate you guys for doing this. Thank you so much. But I'll give you guys the floor. One at a time. If you want to say anything. Yeah, I actually don't know how this is gonna work. Anyway, didn't think that part all that through. But no, definitely thank you.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. You guys have the floor. I'm gonna start off with who I haven't started off with. Astro.
I mean,
yeah. Astro.
The newbie.
Floor is yours. You can share, shout out, do anything you want. And then you choose the next person.
I don't really make content or anything like that. I want to eventually.
There we go.
The only social media I really use is my Instagram. So if you want to follow me at Astro Konoichi, that's probably the best place to find me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. Jai, you have anything?
I was gonna say you might need to spell Konoichi, but
yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, you're probably gonna have to spell it out for him.
Yeah, it's KUNOICHI.
It will be in the description. I got you.
Appreciate you.
Great work. I don't make content. If I ever did start, it would be travel content. I'll eventually get there. Right now, I'm too lazy to do all of this editing nonsense.
Understandable.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen what it done to my boy Corey Kenson. He'd be leaving us for 9 million years. And I don't have Markiplier money to get somebody to do it for me. So once I finally stop, that long-winded procrastination, I'll eventually do travel content.
Names in the corner. That's me on every platform. I do have a Twitch. I do have YouTube. I haven't posted anything, but it is coming soon. So we're going to be doing varieties. We're going to be doing gaming, probably a little bit of collabs here and there. No big names because I'm not a big name. And it's not going to be a schedule because I don't do schedules. Right now. And I ain't got nobody
the only person I can see is Astro.
Do editing.
Got you.
Social media is Scoxah on Instagram. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. And then you two know, Astro, I always do a thing at the end. It's always going to be a quote. Oh, actually, the thing, there's actually 3 of them because I keep forgetting about this. Let me do it right now.
Circus Afro, poke it up, Afro.
Yes. So
we all got the ad. You shouldn't have started
that. But one thing is where the scavenger hunt is going to be located. You guys know, 20 questions ended, no one won. So for the people who still want to do the scavenger hunt for whatever reason, that's going to be on the Patreon, completely free. I'm going to find a way to put the answers and everything up there too, so you can at least see how far you get. Yeah, that's that. There's probably something else I have to mention, but I don't know. But the thing, Astro, my thing is always a quote. I collect quotes. And so the thing is from don't do it. From the Instagram profile, scattered the scattered feelings. Again, thing is from Instagram profile, the scattered feelings, and it is fear has 2 meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours.
I like it. I dig it.
Mine is running off of spite and challenge accepted, but cool.
But with all that said, my little send off to everyone is don't forget to ask yourself, ask others, and never stop asking questions. See you. But
Bye.
Wow, you're still here. Well, if you enjoyed the episode, there are a few different ways to support our podcast. Following us on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, or becoming a supporter of our Patreon for $2 or $5 a month, where you'll have access to never before released visual episodes, funny bloopers, polls, or you can pose a question. The links can be found in the description wherever you listen. The simplest way to support us is by leaving a review about how great or bad we are, or telling a friend about our show. Anyways, thanks for listening.